Hey you guys, I know I've been super busy and haven't been on, but I just felt guided today to pull cards for you. And I realized it's the equinox. That's probably why. So I pulled a quick spread. I actually got some new decks in the past couple months with a sale that was happening. And so I'm actually primarily using those. And oh my gosh, I just love them so much. This is the Time Traveler's Oracle, and this is the primary spread, and it looks at the east, the south, the west, and the north, which each represent something specific taking place in your journey right now. And then these are actually past life energy cards. But we're not going to dive into past lives, but we are going to look at themes that you might be that your spirit guides and your higher selves might be bringing you through right now, like stuff that you're releasing from this life and past lives, lessons you're integrating, and then what you're meant to be working on, working through. And I absolutely love that when I pulled these cards, the last two I pulled were both Archangel Raphael and Metatron. So that is awesome. And then the Divine Masters Oracle that I already have came to my mind. It was either earlier today or yesterday, so I went ahead and pulled from that too, and I am not surprised at what came out here. It makes perfect sense. And even Toth coming out, like I literally thought of him earlier and then saw another sign with him earlier, so I'm not surprised that he wanted to talk as well. So let's get into this and see what Spirit wants to tell us today for the equinox energy. This is going to be a focus on what the collective is working through in their soul journeys and in their ascension process at this time. This can relate to your twin flame journey. This can relate to other aspects of your lives as well. Even if you're not on a twin flame journey, this could relate to what you're experiencing if you're ascending and awakening. Also, before I jump into this, I wanted to let you guys know, like I said, I've been off social media for a little while because I've been dealing with some stuff and I've been extremely busy, like to the point where I can't keep up with my life. I got a little burned out, but things seem to be getting into a better groove, and Spirit is guiding me to I haven't done my portal meditations in a little while. Spirit's guiding me to do one of those for the 7/7 portal. So in the next week or so, I'll come out with that information on what the 7/7 portal meditation is going to be about. So you can sign up if you want to. And I'm aiming to be more regularly active with my posting on all the different social media platforms, collective readings, healings, meditations, and just general posting. So look for me. I'll be back more and more as the weeks pass. I have some things that I need to finish up, but I should be able to start being more present. So, and I look forward to working with you guys more again. Okay, let's get into this. Okay, with this Time Traveler's Oracle, each card also has a location or a person. As you can see here, this has St. Francis of Assisi in Italy. And when you're normally working with these cards, it's meant to be like a guided meditation and connecting with this person or place to astral travel there and connect with the energy and just see what comes through. You could have connections to past lives in these places too. I'm not going to get into all that with this reading, but you should pay attention to what's on here as well. And if it resonates with you, meditate on it on your own and see what you connect with and what comes through you. Who knows what Spirit might reveal to you about your own soul history. So this first position is the card of the East and the rising sun. It represents new beginnings, and this card is revealing what is commencing in your life, what needs to begin, or what you need to search for or explore. And why am I not surprised that the answer is peace, inner peace? Of course, already said, connect to St. Francis of Assisi in Italy. So no matter what is happening on the surface, know that all is in perfect harmony. Everything is flowing smoothly and effortlessly as it's meant to be. Peace transcends fear, rises above the illusion of separation, and connects you even more to the Creator. It is that awareness that everything is unfolding according to divine timing. True peace isn't static and boring. It's full of grace, enthusiasm, and vitality. Remember that no matter what is going on around you, no matter what chaos may be happening or struggles may be going on, You always have the choice to choose peace, to choose inner peace. Breathe deeply and choose peace. If you're struggling with that, spend some time in nature, simplify your life, declutter your life, spend time with animals, things like that. Spend time, you can cleanse yourself like in the ocean or with water as well. The next position is the card of the South, or the sun and summertime. Two cards actually came out. We have both life force energy and stability. Life force energy is I don't know how to pronounce that, the Masai, or I'm not sure how to reverse the accent. I can only think to say Maasai in Africa. And this is also in Africa. How interesting. Again, I don't know how to say it. The baobab tree in Africa. That's really intriguing that they're both in Africa. I love that. I love when spirit does stuff like that. So this position represents what is expanding in your life. I laugh because I already read the life force energy card and I know what it says. And it says what you should be growing and working toward. So the life force energy, first of all, let's do the message first. Vibrant life force energy, healing, unifying rhythm, and passion, all of these qualities are waiting to expand even more in your life. And this is the card of the position of expansion. Like, do you see what I mean? Spirit cracks me up. This card is telling you that now is not the time to hold back, nor is this the time to suppress what you are feeling or experiencing. When you do this, or when you try to please everyone, your energy will wane. If you are striving to meet the expectations of others, but forgetting your own needs, your energy field becomes lackluster. Allow yourself free reign of your emotions. Be willing to be spontaneous and change course. It's okay to change your mind. The vitality of the Creator is waiting to flow through you. Stop waiting on the sidelines of life. Don't hold back. Embrace every aspect of your life and be who you are without reserve. If you have been ill, this card indicates that healing energy is on its way. Okay, before I read the message for stability and the baobab tree, I had to look into the Africa connection because there's no coincidences, right? I mean, it's subtle, but still. So with the Maasai, this specifically specifies Kenya and time traveling about a few hundred years ago. And the Maasai warriors are doing a ritual in which they form a circle and they are jumping up and down, making forceful exhalations, and this is a rite of passage that they are celebrating. And with each jump higher and higher, they are welcoming the movement into the next step of their lives. And with the baobab tree, it's talking about time traveling several thousand years into the past on an African savanna. And these trees, the description reminded me of the redwoods with like their size and how long they can live. Like they can live for like 2,000 years. And they're considered the tree of life because their ability to live or as long as they live, and their form helps provide communities with stability for long periods of time. And connecting with these trees helps us feel more firmly grounded and stable in our lives and connected to spirit, of course. So the message with this is to gain stability in your life, take measure of your relationships, finances, possessions, and health. Heal old wounds and strengthen relationships with your loved ones. Make careful plans for the future. Sometimes it's valuable to imagine a worst-case scenario, then figure out a strategy to survive and thrive. This can actually prevent that situation from occurring. However, do not act on these plans until you feel secure about going forward. If you are not feeling grounded in life, it is important to put everything else aside until you do. Think things through before you take action. Do not rush into anything. If you are going to make financial investments, only make ones that are safe and secure. It's not the time to take risks. This is an excellent time to go into partnerships with others, whether it's marriage, business, or creativity. If you move slowly, go deep, and look for constancy in life, and lasting success will follow. Okay, so whoever this resonates with, take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't. Go to the next video if you're on TikTok to continue. Next, we have the card of the West, represents the setting sun, and it reveals either what you're harvesting or gathering or things you need to release or clear, although I can tell you clearly you're harvesting and gathering miracles. And this is the Northern Lights in Iceland as well. So this says, be open to the miracles that are waiting for you. Release your doubt and watch for them. Know that you don't have to do it all yourself. It's important that you don't limit the way that miracles can appear in your life by trying to control the flow or by having expectations. Be open to allowing the Creator to resolve challenges for you in mysterious and amazing ways. When they arrive, allow immense gratitude to fill your heart, even if they don't come in the form that you expected. Be open to celebrating each one, no matter how small. Success begets success. Noticing the small wonders will allow great gifts from Spirit to expand in your life. Hold the thought in your heart that your life is a miracle, and indeed it is and will be. The last position is the card of the North, representing the season of winter. This card reveals what you need to consolidate or nurture, and it can also be what you need to repair or heal. And this is truth, the Cherokee talking stick tradition. So to me, I think of it as searching for your inner truth, what you need to consolidate or nurture or heal, healing your own disconnection from your higher self and aligning with your soul truth and your soul journey. Sometimes the most difficult obstacle to living your truth is knowing what your truth is. There is a place within you that always understands what is for you. If you pull this card, this is the time to be starkly honest with yourself. Walk your talk. Speak your truth. What is the truth about your life, your health, your career, and life path? Listen to what is sincere and honest in others. To stride deeply into what is authentic, be still. Imagine that you are holding a talking stick and speaking directly to the Creator. This card can also indicate examining the truth about your relationships. It could be that someone is being less than honest. If someone depletes your energy, this is the time to release that person from your life. Let go of situations that diminish you, even if you are afraid of being judged or rejected. It is far better to live an honest, genuine life than to try to please others to the detriment of your truth. Your energy will soar as a result. There were final 3 cards that came out that were not technically part of the spread, but I took this as Spirit gave me this expansion card. And then I took these additional ones to add clarity. And I took this as the theme overall for what you're experiencing, which expansion makes complete and perfect sense, especially with everything else in the reading, planet Jupiter. And I took these additional cards as meaning no matter what chaos is going on in your life right now, know that it's all part of your expansion. And sometimes chaos needs to happen first in order to clear out what's not meant for you or what's not aligned with your higher timeline, okay? The chaos, and look at it in terms of what's happening in the world too right now, okay? I'm not focusing on the world overall here. I'm talking about your individual lives, but you can kind of extrapolate it to the world as a whole. Is there chaos going on? Yeah, because the world is going through ascension and the world is upgrading, and chaos needs to happen to bring about the necessary changes to humanity and the world in order to expand and grow and enter a state of exuberance. So know you on your individual paths, you got to work through the chaos first, work through the process of expansion, that spiritual rebirth process, and come out the other side into the stage of exuberance and getting to enjoy life. Of course, Mount Vesuvius in Italy for chaos, and the Roaring 20s in Paris for exuberance. So, for chaos, the card says, the meaning of this card can be twofold. If you have been feeling stagnant lately, it can indicate the need to shake things up in your life. Maybe it is time for the destruction of old beliefs, limiting situations, or relationships that don't serve you. This is the time to break free. Don't live by the dictates of others. Be willing to step beyond rules and regulations. Vitality, inspired creativity, and new life will emerge as a result. However, if there is a lot of chaotic energy in your life, the volcano can represent allowing everything to settle. It's time to focus on what's important and let everything else go. Step beyond the chaos. Even when a volcano is at rest, there is always the possibility of a huge release of energy. In this situation, there is the potential of great power. Perhaps it is time to be like the volcano at rest and allow the vast store of vibrant energy to grow within you. I know I don't need to read these cards, But sometimes the channeled messages and guidance in the book just adds extra depth, or people hear certain things, I hear certain things that brings meaning that you wouldn't necessarily get. So I like to read the cards. Expansion says your life is expanding in profound and wondrous ways. Vitality and wide open opportunities are at hand. Focus on what you desire to increase in your life, and good fortune will follow. Timing is everything, and the time is now, so seize the day. Anything and everything is possible. If there's anything in your life that you want to expand, this is the time to nurture it now. In your business life, this card is an indication that expansion will be successful. If you are considering a home renovation or an increase in your social circle of friends, this is the time to move forward. Abounding miracles are growing in your life. Good fortune, growth, expansion, healing, prosperity, and miracles await you. Activate this escalating power and activity by believing that anything is possible, and it is. Focus on your deepest dreams, and the energy behind this card will help activate them. I didn't even realize that it's 11 and 12. And hey, 11. Exuberance. Children, young plants, and animals are exuberant. You carry that same energy within you. When you pull this card, it can mean that all the seeds that you have planted in your life are beginning to grow. Get ready for rapid growth and the reaping of rewards. If you have an upcoming surgery or medical intervention, this card bodes success. You will heal beautifully. This card is telling you to think outside the box. Be willing to try something new, even if it doesn't feel safe or comfortable. Face your fears. The time is now. Say yes instead of no when a new opportunity comes knocking. If you have a chance to do public speaking, make a political stand, or give a talk, take it. People will love you. Interesting. I love the additional little insights. Next, I pulled from the Past Life Energy Oracle just to see what came out. And I definitely felt this was talking about, okay, first of all, what karmic cycles are you working through? What wounds are you in the process of releasing and healing? Definitely, I'm not even surprised about abandonment. I have so many clients and people that I see working through abandonment wounds, loss of any type. This can be, I've had stuff come up from past lives that related to loss in past lives. Sometimes it's loss of relationships, but it can be loss of like businesses and success that cause those scarcity wounds. And those scarcity wounds are rooted in past lives even. And then we also have physical issues here as well, even physical injuries. I've had in the past few years these physical injuries that have happened. And I did realize in hindsight that spirit wanted me to go through that to slow me down and get me to shift my focus and make changes in my life that were needed that I wasn't really seeing the way that I needed to. Also, wounds like this, the deep emotional wounds, are stored in the physical body. So a lot of times when we're struggling with physical issues, our body is literally physically releasing trauma and emotional wounds as well, okay? Now, switching over to the personal power, leadership, and warrior, definitely here, to me, this is all about stepping into your power as an individual in your soul truth, aligned with your highest timeline, aligned with your soul path, stepping into leadership roles where needed. This might be with work, or this could be as somebody who is awakening, ascending, and is meant to be a leader and a guide for others in this spiritual journey, in this spiritual process. So don't be afraid. And actually, that's where the warrior comes in. Don't be afraid to step into your power. Don't be afraid to step into leadership roles. Go for it. Take the leap. I do automatically can't even help it think of warfare when I see the warrior card, because I've had to battle so much and I work with a lot of clients that do. So there is that possibility. You might also literally be taking on spiritual warfare as part of your journey and part of your soul mission, that your soul came here in this lifetime and even in this soul ascension cycle with the intention of helping to defeat the dark in the world and helping Earth ascend, by helping to remove the dark in the world. But for everyone as a whole, this is about not being afraid to go after what you want, having the courage to take risks, step into your power, go after your dreams, fight for what you want, all those things. Pick another analogy. So don't be afraid to pursue the life that you are meant to live and to follow your dreams, okay? One more video coming up next, and it should be short too. Okay, with these past life energy cards, the Archangel cards are talking about what karmic cycles the archangels are helping you work through right now. So this again is looking at overall themes in your life, what you're experiencing, whether it's internal processes, emotions coming up, or situations with people that you're dealing with. Archangel Raphael says, since Raphael is the angel of healing and love, he can bring karmic healing to your most important love, your relationship with yourself. This and that, oh my gosh, is exactly what the Twin Flame Journey is about, first and foremost. If you don't already realize that, the primary focus is on your relationship with yourself before it's about your relationship with your twin flame. This is the central element of all attraction. When you truly care for yourself, the world and the people in it will care for you as well. Meditate on your own heart center and feel Raphael bringing his brilliant love, light, and acceptance there. Visualize past life heartaches lifting away and feel a cleansing healing taking place. Archangel Metatron brings messages of new beginnings in thought, emotion, perceptions, and personal vision. He can bring great shifts in your current life energy and in your future manifestations. You may have plans but little direction. You may have hopes that are blocked by doubts and hesitation. Call on Metatron to help you release old patterns of limitation and to light the way to new approaches. Okay, now let's get these final messages from the Divine Masters. I literally turned straight to Thoth's page as well. So let's see what he wants to say first. He seems eager to talk. Divine magic, the teacher awakens, the student becomes the master. The powers of heaven and earth are uniting at this time, putting the power of creation into your hands. Whatever you set out to do, you will do. You are in a vortex of manifestation. All of the lessons of the past have given you a better understanding of what will be best for your highest good and truth. You are a magical being who deserves to have a magical life. Believe in who you are and call in all you need and more. You are no longer the student, you are the teacher. Take everything you have learned and put it to use. Your life will never feel complete or fulfilled until you share what you have experienced during this incarnation. There are lessons to be learned from the events of your life that will be great gifts to those who receive them. Take the time to create a plan of action and put down in writing what you intend to do so that the universe can bear witness to it and support its unfoldment. Serapis Bay, paradigm shift, activation to grow and make the necessary change. This is a time of change, out with the old and in with the new. This isn't a call to discard traditions, but to reflect on what has been learned and how things can grow. You are being invited to move things forward rather than resist the changes taking place. The universe is encouraging you to know that if you do resist change, when it does come, it might be more difficult for you to adapt to it. So don't hide or run from it, but meet it with grace. Your energy is being activated now. This means the gifts and knowledge that have been locked within you are rising to the surface. Your ideas, beliefs, and trajectory are changing, which means change will begin to unfold around you. If you meet with resistance as you chart your new course, it's important to stay aligned with where you are going and what you are creating rather than be pulled back into the old. You are here to evolve. Finally, we have Guru Ram Das, miraculous moment. Harmony surrounds you, expect miracles. The blessings of Guru Ram Das are with you now. Even if the odds are stacked against you, you are being guided to expect miracles. And I love that this is a double miracle card too. We had the other card about miracles that was what is expanding in your life, or where it is what you're harvesting. It was what you're harvesting in your life, miracles. And here we have another card about miracles. If you feel that there are energies, people, or situations trying to stop you from being yourself or from living the life you feel called to live, know that by staying connected to God, you will prevail. Don't allow anyone or anything to stand between you and your dreams. By staying committed to your, I have to change the page. By staying committed to your vision, you allow what may seem impossible to become reality. The Divine Masters want you to know that all things are possible and that you are worthy of light, healing, abundance, and support. If you feel that the miracle you need is too huge to achieve, then you must know that you are only limited by your mind. Don't measure what seems possible. Just trust and let miracles become your reality.